Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coffee with Craig Show. We'll be talking about commercial real estate in Central and Eastern Europe. Good Wednesday morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coffee with Craig Show. It might be a little bit extra noisy out today. We just finished breakfast and heading in for the first panel. It's day 2 of MIPIM, so at MIPIM this year is only 2 days. Today's day 2. We had a lot of meetings yesterday. We had our whiskey and cognac tasting at the stand and put up a few photos already. That was great to have some of our colleagues and some of our friends and clients join us on that. We've and then today is of course the Panettone party at 8 o'clock, and probably a few other events during the day we'll be going to. And then on next week on the 16th. We're going to MIPIM, Italy on the Monday, and we've got a couple of days in Milano and meeting some retailers that want to come to Poland. And then we've got our on the 16th we'll have our breakfast, our industrial discussion breakfast at the InterContinental Hotel in Warsaw. And then in the evening we'll have our cocktail party also on the 16th. So we hope you will all join us in Warsaw for that. And then, of course, October 20th, 21st is our CEE Investment Awards, which is really taking off, and we've got a lot of new investors coming, and of course invite you all to that. So here we go. We're going to start day 2. We met up a little bit earlier with our colleagues, did a little bit of a run and swim to kick things off, and now I'm off to the stand to see what's happening there. And even today at 3 o'clock, if you're in MIPIM, come join us on the EuropaProperty stand. We're going to have our second day of whiskey tasting, cognac tasting to wrap up MIPIM, and so we hope to see you there. So now we'll jump over to Winston Norman, our editor-in-chief of EuropaProperty.com and the editor of our real estate guides, and he will give you today's news. We've got a 20-second break right before that happens, and then we'll come back. We'll start with Winston, and we'll wrap it up with the news, and I hope that everyone will have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now preparing for the CEE region's flagship event for investors and developers, the Europa Property Investment Awards, which will be live and online October 20th and 21st. With a total of over 400 international and regional attendees, this event is not to be missed.
Good Wednesday morning and welcome to the Coffee with Craig show, and here are the headlines from the EuropaProperty.com website. And today we'll start in the investment market, where Savills Investment Management has completed disposal of Marynarska Point 1 in Warsaw to an investment fund managed by the MIPIM Group. Marynarska Point offers around 13,000 square meters of modern office space in Warsaw's Mokotów district, and for more than a decade it has housed such tenants as Generali and Nielsen. The property has been BREEAM in Use Excellence certified. And according to the Eventum Group, the acquisition of the BREEAM Excellent in Use certificate building into the Eventum Penta Fund underlines our commitment to ESG standards and the further expansion planned in Poland. And according to the head of Savills Investment Management, the sale of this property is in line with their market strategy to concentrate on core assets. And according to Marek Pajucki, he's the deputy head of investment at Savills Poland, he says that Marynarska Point is a greatly located office asset with significant value add potential. The property benefits from extensive city infrastructure, and Mokotów Business District has significantly been improved lately by transport improvements and increased residential developments. Moving on and staying in Poland and in the investment sector, an accolade is to invest around 50 million euros in northern Poland. It will direct its investments to 2 cities called Elbląg and Koszalin, which are conveniently located near the sea and major ports, as well as important road routes. And according to Michał Białas, he's the country head of Accolade in Poland, he says Western Pomerania, thanks to its location, attracts many investors today, including businesses from Scandinavia and Germany, and is becoming an increasingly attractive location for warehouse development. Moving on, and Savills has released its latest survey called Office Fit, where it explores the current sentiment around hybrid working. Savills analysed responses from over 100,000 workers from Europe, the Middle East and Africa. And according to the report's authors, more than half of the respondents would like to work in the office at least 3 days a week. The strongest interest from working on home was expressed by workers aged 55 and over. There was weaker preference for remote working from the youngest respondents, 24 to 35-year-olds, which may be due to difficulties with learning at the early stage of career development outside the workplace. And according to Jarosław Pilch, he's the head of tenant representation at Savills, he says, offices must change because their users have different needs now. Looking forward, the quality of workspace is expected to be a key consideration for employers, as it will be a factor helping them to stand out and attract and retain top talent. And he concludes that no matter how the pandemic unfolds, some hybrid working will stay with us for longer. In the huge metamorphosis of the work environment, we are witnessing employee preferences which must be balanced with business demands. And finally for today, Panettone have announced that they've entered the French market. France is a dynamic and strategic market for investors, and one where the end consumer demand is high, says the developer. For example, in the first half of 2021, take-up in French logistics was around 1.7 million square meters. And according to Robert Dobritsky, the CEO of Panettone Europe, he says France represents an essential market for our customers. Located in the heart of Western Europe, is the gateway to many of the European countries in which we are already present, as well as markets that we wish to expand into. The French arm of Panettone will be led by Salvi Cals, who has been appointed Managing Director. And those are the main headlines from the EuropaProperty.com website for today. For the latest updates, please log in. Thanks very much, and see you tomorrow.
Click here to subscribe to the Coffee with Craig show, and don't forget to share it with your friends.